Okay, hello folks, welcome back to the channel. So if you've been following the videos and you watched last week's video, you'll know about all the issues we've been having with this new reef tank. Thankfully it is on the turn and it's coming on to form. It's just been plagued with a lot of issues, a lot of corals deaths, as you know. And thankfully, a week in now from when I thought it was turning, we've definitely had some more progress with it getting better. It's the water's clearing slowly, and parameters are absolutely bang on. And corals, the existing corals that are left in here, are really, really happy. So it's nothing worse than your reef tank not going well. It's quite stressful, but yeah, I'm pleased to say that things I think are definitely on a quick turnaround. The tank's really erupting with new coralline growth. It's great. It's just, you know, in a week we've got even better. So everything's really happy now. I'm gonna get the camera off the tripod and show you everything around. But yeah, I don't know. I think I put it down to maybe a bacterial infection in the tank. So I don't think we'll ever know. I'm going to ICP the tank again in a month's time, but all the parameters are really, really rock steady and where they should be. I do need to buy a Hannah checker for phosphate and just to sort of dial that in a bit. I know sort of where it is. ICP come back at 0.07 and I've done a water change since then. I'm not running any Roaphos or GFO. So yeah, it has to guess they're around about 0.05. So we need to get one of those and just to dial it in to get it just right. When I run it between 0.06 and 0.01. But anyway, nitrates are at 4 to 5 ppm, and I'm currently running the alkalinity at 8.3, calcium 465, magnesium 1420, obviously salinity 35 parts per thousand, and temperature around the 26 degrees. But yeah, everything's really erupting with new growth. I'm going to get the camera off the tripod now, just give you a little show around. Bear with me. Okay, so this time of the day is what, 5:30. The water does go a little bit more cloudier towards the end of the day, weirdly, but all my tanks usually do that. But in the mornings, the water is really, really clear. So we're definitely on the turn now with the bacterial balance within this system. It's definitely on the right track. So just go through the corals quickly. Everything, the LPS is really puffed up, lovely. That's Blasto, really happy. Frog spawn. The Duncan is really expanding nicely. And this new piece of hammer, which was tiny, that I got from my son's tank, is really growing, expanding, lovely. The SPS, this pink hystrix that was really on its way out, is starting to fluff up again with its polyp extension, and I think it's just starting to spike again with new tips, so that's a good sign. The new lime green Montipora plate, this piece here is starting to heal nicely. It's only been in a week. It's already starting to get a little bit of a white rim around it, so I know that something's going on with that. That's starting to grow. So with a little piece up here. The Trachea, Montipora Trachea, is no, sorry, it's a Hisuta. Apologies. The Hisuta's gone mad. It's really erupting. New white growth around the edge. Red Digi, it's doing okay. It's had a bit of a rough ride really. It's been shifted about this tank loads, but it's doing okay. The Stylo's really erupting its new white tips again. Zoa's all open and happy. Colour's got to come back on stuff a little bit, but with this tiny little shard of purple. God, I'm going to zoom in and mess the camera up because I've got a clip filter on the camera, but there's a piece of purple Montipora capricornus just up there near the top, and that's doing okay. My GSP is slowly coming back. It's right off colour. It's not as bright luminous as it usually, was in the Max Nano, but that's definitely coming back because that was on its last legs as well. Pots just weren't open at all. Now they're starting to come out and colour up nicely. So another couple of weeks, I should imagine that'll start spreading up this centre overflow. I have put in, I've actually modified the return and overflow where I've actually purchased from Evolution Aqua the twin outlets now, and we've put in a random flow generator this side. We might put one on the other side, just see how we go, just experimenting with stuff at the moment. The only annoying thing with these random flow generators is they are quite big and bulky and they can shade a little bit, but I'm just experimenting with flow at the moment. But yeah, all is really well. I mean, you can see the coralline growth, especially on this side of the tank. It's really starting to layer up now, and it's popping up on the rock loads, as you can see here. Still expanding, lovely, just speckling everywhere. Looks better off camera actually to the naked eye, but it's helped putting all this 10-year mature live rock in. It's really helped to sort of kick off loads. All the fish are happy. And you're feeding actually peacock wrasse, clowns, yellow chorus wrasse, my convict gobies. There's one here. They tend to stay apart actually. One in each corner. There's one down in here as well. Hopefully they pair up at some point. Midas blenny. Algae blenny. We are going to beef up the fish stock soon. I don't know what tang to go for really. I do want a small tang. And lots of other wrasse. Maybe a copper band. So it's a little bit too small a tank for a copper band, I feel. Lots of people say no, it'd be fine. I just don't want it to be stressed really. I'd love to go for a powder blue tang, but one, the tank's not big enough, and they're just such a finicky fish. They'll end up getting white spot, and that's the last thing I want. So down in the sump, apologies, it is really messy down here again. I'm still yet to clean it all up, but it's all really functional. Everything's running really smooth down here. Putting the twin nozzles on the new twin outlets, I've been able to really crank up the flow on the return pump and utilise the sort of 6,000 odd litres an hour that I got from that, because we still haven't purchased another wave pump yet. We've sort of paused on that at the moment, just sort of see what sort of flow I could get from the standard return. But yeah, I've turned it up. We're running about 5,000-6,000 litres, well yeah, around the 5,000 litres return, which is quite a lot of turnover through the sump. But as you can see with these EA reefs, look at the size of the pipe work on it. You know, you can really run some big flow through. We're using 100 micron filter sock, which fills up probably between 2 and 4 days, which is good. Loads of live rock here. Toon skimmer doing an awesome job. And the last chamber we've got a return pump, heater, loads of Biohome marine, and we've added in these 2 max spec blocks. More rock in this corner. Dosing system, just running one line on the doser with this stuff, Tropic Marins, all for Reef. What a product this is. This is all I'm dosing to this tank, and it's keeping every parameter, including all the trace elements, absolutely bang on. Again, I said in the last video, I will do a video on it, but it's quite expensive. I'm not going to go into it too much, but I've been using it now for 4 months, and it's the best dosing solution ever. It's so simple, and it keeps everything exactly where it should be. And the best thing about it as well, you don't get any ionic imbalance with the system like you do with 2-part. When you're dosing that, eventually your salinity starts moving up and increasing and starts going out of balance and out of whack. But with that Ultra Reef, there's no imbalance whatsoever. My salinity is exactly the same as it was when I first started the tank up. So yeah, I'm really happy. Just wanted to do a short video this week. Yeah, really happy with the way the tank's going. So hopefully it stays on this track, because within the next couple of months this tank's going to look really, really good. Once I've got my fish stock in there and the tank's very stable and I see real good growth from what we've got in here, which is really sort of now really, it's starting to grow. Just give it, maybe a month, and we'll start populating the whole tank with coral, and it's just going to look amazing. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I've got a vision. You have to stick to that vision, but it's one of the things, this hobby, you just have to persevere, be patient, because you're dealing with nature. Nature takes its own time to do what it needs to do and balance out. But yeah, finally I can sort of relax and stop stressing over the tank, because I know it's coming on form. Okay folks, so if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe and the bell so you get notifications, and most importantly hit the like if you enjoyed the video, so it really helps me out, and I'll catch you in the next time.